Well, look, I was one of those people hoping for a red wave.
What happened? You know where I'm going.
No, I know
Some
exactly
people
where
say
you're going. I'm going to concede your point.
Former President Trump, he lost a couple of elections. Do you want him as the nominee in the Republican Party?
Well, let me get to that in 1 second.
Or do you want yourself?
Let me.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and my new nickname for Mike Pence is the little inchworm that couldn't. He is constantly trying to distance himself from Donald Trump, just one little piece of an interview at a time. No real condemnation or strong words, just a tiny little scoot away from Trump every other spare moment that he has.
I think when you look at the 22 election cycle, it's an affirmation that elections are about the future. But our candidates that were focused on the past, particularly on relitigating the last election, did not do well, including in areas that we should have done very well.
Notice how it will always be a conversation about moving away from the past or some ridiculous whitewashing of the big lie, January 6th, and the attempted coup. That is how the Republican Party will always try to get you. Some dumb comment about how they can't change the past. What it means is they want you to completely forget about and pretend like their party wasn't at the center of the national mess that we are in.
Did you say we need someone else in 2024? You're on record saying that.
I've said I think we're going to have better choices. I really do.
Than former President Trump.
I think we're going to have better choices.
Mike Pence still cannot be pressed to say out loud that he believes Donald Trump is bad for the country. But how could he after his former boss sent his Gravy SEALs after him on the 6th? So much so that Pence was stuck in an undisclosed location for hours, and Trump was still tweeting about him. But Pence doesn't want to talk about that. He's focused on the future, and more specifically, his political future. I don't believe for a second the MAGA base will take Pence over Trump for president. And he is kidding himself if he believes he can pull that off. And his own statements recently may have already damaged his chances, calling to end Social Security, following in Rick Scott's footsteps. Not a good look there, little Mike Worm. Pence says here, every end of the spectrum and every level of credibility. Is that what we're calling it now? This is what he describes as the GOP hosting white nationalists and blatant liars in the chambers of Congress. Freedom of speech excludes inciting violence, Mike. You should know that better than anyone. Yet here you are making up excuses for people like Marge the Trainwreck Green. Just how much of your spine did Trump take with him on his way out of the White House? Did he pack it up with those classified documents and throw it in a closet at Mar-a-Lago? Or are you so afraid of Trump's shadow that you'll do anything to stay in his good graces and the members of Congress that bow down to him? Here's a tough reality check for you. There is no Pence base. There is no part of the Republican Party voter pool that believes you are a comfortable distance both away from and to Trump that will win you the White House. You buried your chances with being a yes man to the biggest bully and wannabe dictator we have ever seen in recent history. You may want us to forget, but we won't. Your lies and treachery are forever attached to this disgusting legacy of Donald Trump, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.